I meet a lot of people who feel that their religion stopped working for them. I mean, since I'm mostly around people from a Christian background, I meet a lot of Christians who say, or former Christians who say, it just stopped working for me. But I'm around Muslims who say Islam started being problematic for them, and Jews who would say the same, and Hindus and Buddhists and so on. It's a funny thing about religion. It's supposed to help us. It's supposed to deepen us. It's supposed to connect us. But for a lot of people, it goes sour. One way I describe what I think goes wrong is that we inherit a tradition that stands still. You could say it like this. You have a founder of a religion, and he says some great things, some innovative things that have never been said before. And so then, for the next 500 or 1,000 or however many thousand years, everybody else just parrots what he said. And in so doing, they betray the truest thing about him, which was he was creative, he was innovative, he broke boundaries. He was a nonconformist, and then they become conformists in following him. Maybe you see that strange paradox, that strange irony. What would it mean to be part of a tradition that didn't just seek to parrot what its founders said, but to actually continue in the direction its founder was leading? To think of it not just as being in a classroom where you learn a bunch of content, but to be inspired by somebody who then sends you out to keep learning. I think this is what the Buddha really intended. I think this is what Muhammad really intended. I know it's what Jesus intended, because he says things like this in the Gospels. He says, I have many more things to teach you, but I'm going to send my Spirit, and the Spirit will guide you into things that you're not even ready for right now. He said, you're going to do even greater things. So he wasn't interested in capturing people to be stuck in one place. He was interested in leading them out of that captivity into a life of discovery that would go on into the future. I have been a Christian all my life in one sense, and I've been a committed follower of Christ since I was a teenager. But I'll tell you, the older I get, the more I realize that to be a committed Christian is to be on a lifelong journey, and a journey that goes on across the generations with more and more learning. In Jesus' day, there were issues to deal with, like kosher laws, and how Jews relate to Gentiles, and how you relate to the temple, and what's the meaning of sacrifice. We could keep talking about those things forever. Or we could be educated about the way Jesus talked about those things and grappled with those things to help us deal with the issues in our world. Issues like, what are we going to do about a climate that's being heated up by our own energy sources? What are we going to do about a planet where we have weapons that can bring us all down, where it's way easier to start another war than it is to build true peace? A situation where our economic systems favor a few, and the system becomes rigged that the few at the top get richer and richer and richer without even trying, while the masses at the bottom can work their fingers to the bone and not get ahead much at all. I guess what I'm saying is, I think one of the great challenges for all of our religious traditions is to take all the wisdom from the past. Don't forget about the past. Cherish the tradition. But let our traditions be living traditions that help us engage with the life and death issues of today, rather than dead traditions that just keep rehearsing issues and questions from the past.